Alright, I know it's been a little bit, but I think I'm going to try and do another container. So this one is VSCodium. It's a community-driven version of Microsoft's editor for VS Code. Now, I haven't used Visual Studio in decades. The last time I used any visual editing system for code was way, way back in the day when old grandpa me used Visual Basic. That's the last time I used it. But this is a community version of, I guess, the modern version of their VS Code. So let's go ahead and start setting that up. So of course, we'll go ahead and just go into our containers, add a container, VSCodium. Then what else will we need? So let's scroll, scroll, scroll. Alright, we'll need our image. Again, I'm going to use latest, as always. We're going to need to add a capability. Go ahead and scroll down to the bottom, capabilities. There's IPC lock. If you want to know what it does, it's about memory. Okay. Now we're going to skip the security as it's optional. We need our process, our group, and our time zone. Let's go ahead and go to our environment variables. Add 1, add 2, and a 3. So process user ID, process group ID, and time zone. 1000, 1000, and America, New York, or your time zone of your choosing. So we're going to need to make a config inside the container for its bind. Let's go to volumes, map, bind, we'll do /config, and we will make a folder. Did not mean to double click that. We'll create a new folder, VSCodium. Then in it, again create our next folder, call it config, and grab our path. That will be our host path. Alright, we need port 3000 and 3001. This being a fresh VM, I should have those ports completely free. 3000, 3000, and 3001, and 3001. Okay, I think that is all we needed. I mean, we could do the size, but I'm not going to do that right now. So we should be good to deploy. Now, with this being a brand new VM, I also do not have the Kdenlive installed yet. So we're going to sit here and wait as this installs, which could be a few minutes or a few seconds. Who knows? And it's looking like it's going to be one of the ones that takes a few minutes. I mean, it is an IDE, so it could take a minute. It could be hefty. The reason I made a new VM for this is I actually gave it probably more space than it needed. I gave it 50 gigs as opposed to the 10 on the last one. Less, well, it didn't really need a lot of cores, but I gave it 2 cores as opposed to usually when I give it 3. And also gave it actually less RAM, which I'll probably go back and change. I gave it 8 instead of 10. But yeah, next time we do one of these, which again I have no schedule, I'll try to make sure I have Kdenlive installed, the Docker container set up. That way we can do jump cuts again. Because in the last one with Kdenlive, it actually took 4 minutes off the install. So there's always that. I also have been thinking about maybe doing one for, people talk about using dockage, but I don't know. Okay, here we are. So 3000. So let's try localhost and 3000. It's Chasm again. Interesting. We do have VSCodium open. I'm not trying to paste. Let's get rid of that. File, new file. Let's do test.py. Yep, we're going to create the file. Okay, so we have test.py. Let's just do something simple. Print. Well, we don't need that. Print. Hello, YouTube. Okay. Where is... Oh, run. Button. Start. You don't have an extension for debugging Python. Find a Python extension. Install Python. You trust the publisher for Python. I'm going to say yes. And hopefully that'll install Python. Yeah, it did. Okay. We can close that. That. Select the Python interpreter. Let's create a virtual environment. We'll call this testing YouTube. Oh, I guess since I didn't already have it made. Alright. VNV. A workspace is required when creating an environment. Open. We'll make folder. There we go. Create a folder. YouTube test. Create. Open. Okay, so we have YouTube test. Yes, I trust the author of this folder because it's mine. Right. Now, I think we can add a new file. Let's try calling this one test.py. Close that again. Let's try print. Oh, yep, select the interpreter. Go, close that. Print, hello, YouTube. Is it because I forgot my parentheses? It's not a parentheses. There we go. There we go. Now, let's run. Start. Give it a run. There we go. Hello, YouTube. Alright. So, it's working. It's also debugging. It's basically just a IDE, and hopefully some of you programmer guys will find it useful that maybe you can pull up VS Code if you're on the road or even anywhere in your house. You don't have to be at your main work computer. That's one reason I'm trying to set up my own no VNC version of PyCharm, as you know. But that's it for this one, and hopefully you coder people will have fun with this. I'm unsure of what all languages will work with VS Code. I know C and Py work, but I don't know to what extent, so keep that in mind. Again, documentation, all that rigmarole. And as always, again, hope to help, and I'll see you whenever the